Alright, cool enough. Alright then. Shall we begin our Final Fantasy XV journey? Here we go. It all starts with a single button press. There will be many more of those to come. Select a difficulty level. Easy mode reduces the challenge of combat. Nah. I'm pretty sure normal is acceptable. I've never been, like, super challenged by a Final Fantasy game. I mean, there's been hard things about them. But, like, beating the main game is never a thing that's been particularly difficult. They're more about the journey, which I think is perhaps exemplified by this game in particular. Tutorial offers interactive explanations about the story and combat system of Final Fantasy XV. Initiate a tutorial before starting the game. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think I need a tutorial? Yeah, I guess it's probably good form to do that, and then everybody will be on the same page. Alright, here it goes, loading. Let's see those 55 gigabytes in action. Oh. Oh, it's that thing. That's the thing in the demo. I thought that was my phone. Hey there, Noct. That's a do I know you look if I ever saw one. You might not know me, but I know you. As a matter of fact, I've been watching over you since you were little. These are going by very quickly, and I can't push them forward. This here's the old training room in the world of your dreams. And to teach you the ins and outs of this world to help you along your journey. That is really cute. It looks like a fennec fox with, like, extra long ears. Welcome to the old training room. Alright, combat tutorials. I'm guessing this tutorial is probably going to be a bit superfluous. Because, like... Oh, Gladio says he'll help you to train. What a pal! Alright, let's get started. That's really strange they don't let you advance the dialogue yourself. Alright, we're going to defend ourselves now. Oh, this guy's got a big-ass buster sword of some kind. Defending! What do I do? Okay, let's practice defending. That's all I wanted to do this whole time. Thank you very much to Lolots for the subscription. Thank you for using your Twitch Prime subscription here, and I'm glad to have you here in the quarry. Phase. Hold square to automatically evade attacks. The key is to defend slightly ahead of time. Audio seem okay to everybody? Is my controller not working? Oh. What? It took a second to wake up. Let's practice a little more. Yeah, let's do that. Dodge him. Gladiolus. Ow. I thought they said press square. It doesn't seem to work. Oh, okay. I hold it and he will phase through me. I gotcha. Oop. So I have to read his movements. That's cool. I thought it was more contextually sensitive, but no, it's just kind of waiting for me to get hit. Hold circle to automatically chain attacks. Tilt left stick will attack and change the way the combo unfolds. Cool. Strike a foe from behind, deliver a blindside for 50% more damage. This is cool. There's a little bit of a disconnect, maybe, in the length of the animations to the controls. Oh, look, maracas. Circle behind and whack! That's how you do it. Good old Gladiolus taking hits for me again. So it's square and circle, it seems. What are we gonna do now? Parrying! A mainstay of all of the greatest games. It keeps telling me to do something and then immediately interrupting it with other controls. So we're gonna block and then counter. Make sense? Certain enemy attacks can be parried. A shield will appear, signaling for you to defend. So we're gonna defend with square and then circle to attack. Yeah, that's cool. That felt nice, too. Let's do it again. Okay, I probably didn't need the timing to be quite that on, but... Try again. Yeah, that's fun. It's like a proper combat system. Oh, what was I supposed to do there? Back attack him? Maracas equals you did good. Noctis will take heavy damage if you fail to perform the initial block. This is how you find out the name of your character in a combat tutorial. Stay on guard and be ready to defend at all times. An intensive drill is available to help you hone your parrying skill. I think I did alright. What now? Okay, time to put it all into practice. I just did. Attack, defend, and parry your way to victory. Well, according to what just happened there, the only solution is to just wait and then do that. I almost can't lose if this is what combat means. There's no timing window for the dodge, it just happens automatically. I think the worst thing that can happen is he goes off screen and then I won't be able to see him. Certainly there's got to be more wrinkles to combat than this, because this is far too easy. There's nothing to this at all. Unless I tried to button mash, in which case this would probably be bad. Or at least not result in much success. Cool. Okay, now you got the hang of the basics. Say, while you're here, you want to practice warping too? Oh, hell yeah, I do. Warping and MP. Lore guide, begin a new game. Actually, do you guys think I need this tutorial, or should I just go ahead? I might be able to just pick it up as I go. That's just 1 versus 1. Ah, that's true, yeah. If there's multiple enemies, I guess it won't be quite as easy. Do it? Okay. Just had a sip of my coffee. I got this delicious chocolate truffle coffee creamer today. Freaking creamers are like the best thing. I had no idea how many good ones there were. Okay, warping an MP. What do I do? It's got so many introductions. Alright, it's warping time! We're gonna do triangle to blade warp. Oh, that's sweet. He's throwing his sword. It looks like a freaking Dante dude throwing his sword like that. I thought he manifests the sword out of his hand in, like, crystal energy. Noctis has the ability to instantly warp to where he throws his weapon. Oh, that's cool. Why can he do that? Oh god, my power just flickered. I'm gonna be so sad if my power goes out. Okay. Oh, I've done it. So I'm gonna throw my sword at him, and then turn that into attacks, I guess. So we're gonna R1 to lock on. When locked on, a blade warp becomes a warp strike. Track a target to stay locked on without holding R1. Okay. Please let me have control. Oh. It doesn't let me move my character. That was confusing. Yep, I got it. Nice work. Let's move on. Cool. Point warp. In addition to warp striking enemies, Noctis can point warp to specific locations. Oh, I can hang from things. Point warp to blue markers when they appear on screen. This is so much more of a, like, actual combat system. Like a physical combat. What the hell is that? That was like a really big bird outside. I thought it was an owl for a second. I got really excited. Oh, it's a pair of blue jays. It's the lady jay and the boy jay, and they're hanging out on a branch. That's cute. Even though blue jays are kind of like angry birds most of the time. Find your mark with right stick, then hold triangle to warp. Okay, where's my mark? There's my mark! Oh, there's my arm. While suspended from a point warp spot, Noctis will automatically lock onto a target. Cool. I gotcha, so I can warp up to things, warp down to things. Warping and phasing consume MP. That makes sense, because it's not a thing people do. Which is shown as a blue gauge above Noctis's head, after point warping as well as on the bottom right. If Noctis uses MP into deficit, he enters stasis, which severely limits his abilities. That's a very, high school level sentence there. I think there's, like, several words that require decent English comprehension. I guess most people just mash past it if they don't have it. Thank you very much, Dimanka, for your Twitch Prime subscription, and welcome to the quarry. Let's get some balloons in chat, please. Keep an eye on MP and use items to keep it replenished. So we're going to cover behind pillars. We're going to stand when in cover with square. Sounds good. I need MP. I'm so sad. All right. Feeling good. Feeling great. Now what? You want me to cover more? This is going to be action-packed if there's this much combat. What do you want? Performing a point warp instantly restores all MP? Oh. I thought point warping took MP. So it takes it and it gives it back? Try taking down Gladiolus with warp strikes alone. Warp strikes alone, boys! Review warping controls on the right of the screen. Defend and take cover as necessary. I want to go to that one. Let me up. I want to go to that one. Oh, am I not? I'm not locking it, that's why. What? Point warp. Wow. Okay, it just sort of like sinks itself to the next zone, I guess. This is such a scummy way to fight people. He doesn't even know I was there. Yeah, finesse is a D. Well, we're at it. Let's say review resistances too. I kind of want to start the game. Oh yeah, it does seem like Arkham Asylum. Alright, I'll do the next one. I'm gonna forget it all anyway soon enough. Attack him! Okay, I can do that. Point warp! I feel like a ninja. This is like a freaking Naruto game. This is actually more of a Naruto game than some actual Naruto games are. Oh, a little bit of a delay there. What? I was holding square. Oh, he's not taking much damage now. Okay. Yeah, he's not feeling it. I guess he's got a resistance. Why don't you tell me more about those weapons? When striking an enemy, the damage value may appear in different colors. Orange indicates increased damage, while purple indicates reduced damage. Alright, probably prefer like red and green, since those are sort of the universal colors, but orange and purple. Enemies can be resistant or weak to different weapons. Swords do not seem to work well against Gladiolus, so you may want to try another weapon. Oh, I've got more weapons. Great sword or daggers? We got those. Oh yeah, he doesn't seem to like that very much. Cool. Oh, light bulb. We have an idea. Not use this! Use what? What am I using? Oh, a javelin! I have a javelin now. We have a javelin. Javelin? Try equipping it. Press the pad, and to gear, then L1, R1. Equip Noctis and his friends with weapons, accessories, outfits, and techniques. Noctis can equip with 4 weapons, while his friends can only equip 2. Oh, that's sad. They can't carry very much. No, I want the javelin. There it is. Is it actually... Does it change the weapon that embeds in the wall? No, I think it's the same one. Oh. They didn't want me to hit him with it. They just wanted me to equip it. Spell time. To use magic, you have to equip it like a weapon. Here's a spell to get you started. Thanks, little Pikachu man. You're so friendly. I got 5 fires. Like weapons, spells must be equipped before they can be used in combat. Okay. Machinery. Ooh. Okay, D-pad to swap weapons, circle to cast spell, select fire, and cast it. Yes, got it. Yeah, I want to, but you won't let me because you keep putting stuff on the screen. What? Did it unequip it just now? No, it's right there. Oh, I was on the javelin again, that's why. I thought I had switched it, but apparently not. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Just like a hand grenade. Chocobo! Pretty cool in a don't burn me alive please sort of way. Prime spell. So we hold circle, left stick to aim, and release to cast. Magic is extremely powerful and destroys indiscriminately. Take care that your allies are not caught in the devastation. Oh no! There's friendly fire in this?! That's shitty. When weakness is struck, damage values appear in orange. Okay. Noctis cannot warp strike while wielding a spell or machinery. You must first switch to another type of weapon. Man, this is such a different type of game than every other Final Fantasy I've seen. The game features 2 combat modes, active and wait. Oh, maybe wait is more traditional, turn-based. Pause options combat. Wait mode emphasizes strategic elements of combat. Engage wait mode and lock onto an enemy to analyze it. Oh, it's... Okay, it's both parts to the same thing. Hey, give me some ice energy. Same old tricks won't work on Gladio this time. Find out what he's weak to, and then let him have it. What's he weak to? I can't point warp because I'm using the fire right now. Good to know. Is he weak to fire? No. It hurts him, though. Let's see if he likes the javelin. Oh, purple. Purple's resistant. So that's a no. What about the 2 swords? He's got to fix his hair. Ah, that's it! He's got orange on that. Oh god, I'm on fire. Yeah, he hates it. Oh, I blinded his sides. Got him. You got the hang of it now. Last but not least, how about practicing some teamwork? Every single tutorial, I'm like, eh. Begin a new game. I think it's time. Alright, so that was only like a 20-minute tutorial, no biggie. Access tutorial anytime from the main game. Oh, perfect, so I don't even need to necessarily anyway. Drills are also available for honing skills such as parrying and spellcasting. Cool. The real Dark Souls starts here. Safe travels. Thanks, little fox buddy. You're a cute friend. In a time unknown, only a prophecy keeps hope alive in people's hearts. When darkness veils the world, the King of Light shall come. Now, 4 brave warriors begin their journey, prepared to fight. What awaits the 4, however, they do not know. When darkness veils the world, we are reborn. Ah, the tale of the Crimson King, savior to the star. You know nothing, John Fire. Noctis Lucius Calum. Whoa! Who's that? Is that Satan? That's the King of Fire. Oh, this is awesome already. I barely started. Do you want me to fight? Because you didn't give me anything to fight with. He's just sad. He's like, whatever. Be on fire now. Ow.
Hang in there, buddy. Stay down. We'll keep him busy. Knox, over here.
Ignis. Guys, this isn't going very well.
I got your back.
That's the most man-on-man grunting I've ever seen in the first 10 seconds of a video game. Before the fall. That was a cool scene, though. That was like a lot of fire.
The hour is come.
I'll be quiet.
Set forth with my blessing, Prince Noctis.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Take your leave and go in the grace of the gods.
Right. Well, princes will be princes.
So much for royal protocol.
Not like you had to deliver a formal address. Your Highness!
What now?
I fear I have left too much unsaid. You place a great burden on those who would bear with you.
You're one to talk.
I ask not that you guide my wayward son, merely that you remain at his side.
Indeed, Your Grace.
We'll see the prince to Alticia if it's the last thing we see.
Yeah, what he said. Hate to break this up, but Kor's got the motor running. Drados, he's in your hands.
And another thing. Do mind your manners around your charming bride-to-be.
Your Majesty as well. Try to mind yours around our esteemed guests from Niflheim.
You have no cause for concern.
Nor do you.
Take heed. Once you set forth, you cannot turn back.
You think I would?
I need only know that you are ready to leave home behind.
Don't know about you, but I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Take care on the long road. Wheresoever you should go, the line of Lucis goes with you. Walk tall, my son.
That was very interesting. For probably not the reasons that they intended either. the whole time I was watching that, I was thinking about the metaphor of what they were trying to set up as like this sci-fi future fantasy versus this sort of like Renaissance, knights and medieval times thing. The culture between the two of them was very dissonant, and it was interesting to see the two like talking to each other like representatives of their respective cultures. Also, that's probably way deeper than you're supposed to get from any of that. That's what my mind immediately jumped to. Prince Noctis Lucius Callum sets forth from his homeland with his three-man retinue in tow. His destination, Altisa, capital of Accordo, where he will formalize the union of states through his marriage to Lady Lunafreya of the imperial province of Tenebrae. Will I be streaming every day? I may actually end up doing that. Yeah, I think I might do like a big chunk of this each day. I'd like to finish this by the end of December. I don't know if I will, but I'd like to. Even the language is different. Yeah, they totally sounded totally against each other, like in terms of dissonance. I think there's not a lot of loading times after you get into like the proper world though, so hopefully this is a rarity. Although that was a cool cutscene, so I don't really mind that much if there are breaks. Thank you very much, Torbacula, for the 2 months resubscription. Oh, wow, that didn't take long. I figured we would drive at all before we got to this.
We can forget about hitching our way there. Thought people were friendly outside the city.
You can only go so far on the kindness of strangers.
You're just gonna have to push her all the way.
I've already pushed myself to the brink of death.
Get up.
That can't be better laying on the hot road.
It isn't gonna move itself.
Freaking burn yourself.
I thought the car was supposed to move us. Wouldn't that be nice?
Can it? Ready, steady.
Yeti. They're not moving. Thank you, Barnabas Flash, for using your Twitch Prime subscription. Is this... Wait, I have to hold R2? Yeah, it doesn't move unless you hold R2, but there's... Oh, it says it on the right corner. I didn't see it.
Unbelievable.
Not exactly a fairy tale beginning, huh, Prince Noctis?
We let ourselves get carried away.
Look, these things happen.
This is like the ending of Final Fantasy, or
Let's just hope this
Symphony of the
isn't
Night.
some omen.
Gladio, do me a favor.
What?
Push this thing by yourself.
All by myself?
Oh, they let you push it into oncoming traffic, huh?
Prompto, don't even think about it.
Save some breath for pushing. Ignis, come on, time to switch.
Nuh-uh, we just switched back there.
And it's my turn, Noct.
His turn.
Oh, my hands are killing me.
You rather I kill you with mine?
Easy there, tough guy.
Any luck? Only a busy signal.
Hold the phone. Is it just me? Or was it supposed to be way closer?
I assure you, the map is correct.
The map said Hammerhead was right there.
Literally next door.
Looks that way, on a map of the world.
Dang, we're gonna be at this for a little while, huh? Oh, maybe something will change.
Filled with wonders.
Tell that to my legs.
You guys even pushing?
Hard as I can.
Everything I've got.
Come on, you can't be cynical about an opening like that. That's pretty cool. Something very different. I mean, I even knew that this was a moment that happens, but that was still kind of cool.
there! Y'all kept a girl waiting. Now, which one's the prince? Aha! Hello, Your Highness. Congrats on your wedding.
Not hitched just yet.
Lady Lunafreya's groom-to-be, here in Hammerhead.
Apologies for taking so long.
You best save your apologies for Pawpaw.
Well, that makes you.
Cindy. Sid's grease monkey granddaughter.
There's always a Sid.
Roll her in while I'm still young.
Oh, is it the Sid?
Did your daddy tell you? She's a custom classic, not some beat-up old clunker. Prince Noctis.
Yeah.
Prince. Like they took your old man and kicked the dignity out of him.
What?
You got a long way to go, son. And that slackjaw's getting you nowhere fast. She's gonna take a while. Y'all get her in and run along.
Y'all heard him. Let's get moving. Right this way.
Now we play the waiting game.
Never liked that game. Never any good at it either.
I get the impression that people don't like this prince very much. Everybody seems to be a bit of a dick to him, huh? Wow, this is, like, really pretty. Can I just...
Hey there!
Oh, never mind.
Prince.
Thought I could just walk away.
Y'all ain't never been out this way before, have you? Go on, have a look around. This'll make sure y'all don't get lost.
Hey, a map made of paper. There's a lot of long black screens, I've noticed. Just like nothing happening at all. They thought they could get away with like loading in the background and just almost making it seamless, except it's just a little too long. Visit the local tipster to gather information.
Might as well make good use of the extra time.
Gotta get that tip. Who dis? Are you a tipster? Hey! This guy wants to say hi.
Hey, what are you after this time?
Earn gil by completing hunts or by selling trinkets you find. Okay. I don't even know what I want. I haven't actually participated in any combat yet, so...
A moment, Noct.
Of course.
We've expended the last of our funds on the repairs.
I like that guy's voice.
Just to confer with Cindy.
His voice somehow makes his hair acceptable.
Broke.
Adding insult to injury.
Alright. Level 1, the Pauper Prince. Prince Noctis and his royal retinue set out... Is that how you say that? I've rarely ever said that word before. Set out to set sail for the neighboring land of Accordo, where the prince is to wed his betrothed. Having channeled all their funds into repairs for the regalia, however, the four friends must now find a way to earn some gil. Currency of choice outside Insomnia. Place is called Insomnia? Reminds of Virgil. Retinue. Retinue. Okay, this is like mostly how I've been saying it.
Old man's in for both after charging us that much.
Yeah, let's pay him a visit.
Retinue?
She ain't gonna be ready for a while. Y'all need something?
I heard you had tips. Maybe my friends need something.
For cash. Any way we could earn a little?
Oh, now I get it. This must be what Pawpaw meant when he said he was gonna teach them boys a lesson. Told me he ought to have y'all take care of some ornery varmints that have been causing a ruckus around here. I'd be
Ornery
happy to pay y'all
varmints.
for your services if you're up to the challenge. How about it?
Hell yeah!
Old man's got his eye on you, Noct. Show him what you got.
10 AP. Spend ability points to power up Noctis and his friends. Acquire new abilities on the Astral Sphere from the Ascension menu. Cool, there's an Astral Sphere. Activate nodes, acquire new abilities, aid you in your journey, earn AP by leveling up, completing quests and strategic ops, or by impressing friends in conversation. Oh, there's a diplomatic option. Oh, this looks very Skyrim. So what do we have for skill trees? Combat, teamwork, stats, exploration. Oh! Oh, I like this. Long trips in the car. Happy camping, making camp, catching fish, taking photos, eating meals, winning chocobo races, long trips by chocobo. I didn't know there was gonna be a freaking exploration mode. I don't even know where to begin. So you begin at the beginning, huh? Stalwart defense, Dawn Hammer, deal heavy damage, single, powerful greatsword, slash to piece. Yeah, that's probably useful to have. No doubt I'll have plenty of options later on. He's Bear. Yeah, I thought that actually. He does look a bit like Bear. I learn a new technique. You must first equip a technique to use it in combat. L1 plus direction for technique. Oh. Oh, we have our own unique skills. Noctis is the fish catcher here. Gladiolus exploring the wild. Ignis cooking at camp. And Prompto taking pictures. Huh. Interesting that there's just a photographer. I wouldn't have expected that. That's not exactly what I wanted to do, though. I wanted to take this. Am I missing something? Does it count as gear? Techniques. This isn't, like, inherently that confusing. It's just, like, the first time you do stuff, it feels a little odd. Prince's fatigues. You can change out of your jacket. That's so interesting. Oh, look at him go. So casual. Only Gladio can use it? Ah. That makes sense then.
But don't go running around after dark. The demons are liable to rip y'all to shreds. Here, this ought to be enough for a place to stay. Just between us, though. Don't tell Pawpaw.
I would never tell Pawpaw. Alright, we're ready. For the third time, the adventure is now beginning. Can I start my own trucking agency? Oh, I found a metal scrap.
Ready for more? You bet.
Let's hit it.
Oh, I found an antidote. This is gonna be like Ratchet and Clank in no time. Oh, where are those ornery varmints? I want to go beat them up. They're probably in this direction, where the exclamation point is, huh? Do you have a... I'm about to die of heat exhaustion bar? Oh no, the chairs are super heavy! I wanted to knock him around like in Watch Dogs. Can I jump this fence? Oh no, they don't seem to have context-sensitive movement. Wait. Ornery varmints? Oh, this way still. Oh, he does! Oh, look at him! Look at this freaking stupid scorpion, beat it up. You think you're so tough. Threat meter. What do you have? Because I bet you I have more. Have you seen my sword? Conjure weapons to attack. Hold circle to blitz the enemy with consecutive attacks. Change weapons on the fly to adapt to the flow of combat. Always.
You've got all those arms at your disposal. Use them.
You like that?
I got tons of arms. 2, in fact.
Time to spare.
Oh, I took his barb off. Barb of a scorpion. The Prince of Pain, that's my name? What a badass name.
Excellent work.
Okay, no more pests. No more varmints. Nothing I hate more than varmints. Especially undesirable varmints.
Not the time for horseplay. My hand slipped.
Horseplay? Horse?
What happened here?
The telegraph pole's been split in two. And not just this one either.
The hell do you think did this?
Hard to say. Natural disaster, perhaps?
You
I want to
sure?
climb it.
Hammerhead doesn't have a scratch on it.
Maybe a huge monster came and knocked him down.
It better not be the varmint Cindy was talking about.
Oh, right, the varmints. Sorry, I keep forgetting. I'm distracted. Oh, he actually goes through the bush? Like a real person goes through the bush? I found it. Oh, the warrior's anklet. I've always wanted one of those. Hey, thank you so much to Snow Gray for the Twitch Prime subscription. Glad to have you. Glad you're enjoying yourself enough that you'd want to subscribe. I appreciate it. I got plus 50 fists. Hell yeah. What about you? Increases maximum HP. Yeah, you should have that. I think I love this game. Seems really good. Granted, I'm like barely starting it, but you know, good first impression is what I'm saying. Varmint? Varmint! Okay, square to roll dodge and deftly evade enemy attacks. Hold square to defend against oncoming attacks. Okay, holding square.
You ever heard? The best offense is a good defense.
Yeah, the best offense is a good defense. I'm the Prince of Pain. You'll never believe what I'm up to. Gotta find Dante.
Not the time for horseplay. Didn't mean to do that.
This combat's actually kind of awesome, too. It's surprisingly, like, context-specific, even though it doesn't seem like it would be.
None the worse for wear.
Bring on the next one.
We got his claw. Alright, where are the varmints at? There's gotta be more this way. Think you would get this if it was on PC? They said they're considering doing a PC game, which I take to mean they're gonna wait until everyone buys it on console and then release it on PC. Sorry to be jaded, but it does seem to be what happens a lot of the time.
They aren't gonna know what hit them.
They really aren't. We gotta teleport in. Not like that, though. Noctis can instantaneously warp strike a target enemy at the cost of MP. Farther Noctis Blade warps, the more damage his attack deals. Oh. Well, I've already done it, so you're telling me about the thing I just did. Warp strike will catch you off guard.
Take cover and rest up.
Take his spikes. When I run out of MP, enter stasis. Cannot phase or warp, blade warp till it recovers. Yep, I did this in the tutorial. Don't worry, I'm qualified. There's a bit of a clusterfuck over here, just kind of like punching all the scorpions to death.
Okay, that'll be done. You think? I'll say I'm amazed.
Here goes nothing.
This is really a good combat system. I like it.
Let's get on with it.
I hear mashing. Yeah, well, I was just kind of mashing circle because there wasn't any challenge to be had with fighting those. Toggle the HUD on or off in the options menu. Okay.
Where are we headed anyway?
Nowhere until the repairs are done. Then we head for Golden Key.
Then after that, we hop a boat, and before you know it, Loverboy's hitched.
Wait for car repairs, then wedding bells in the air. Got it.
This is kind of what I wanted Kingdom Hearts to be like a little bit more. And then it just went all weird Matrix world, and something about that vibe and Disney just didn't really jive for me. See you later, Ultros.
Almost there.
Oh, I can hold circle. Okay.
Give it your all.
Yeah, I guess when they're not even doing anything, like, there's no reason to not attack. Most of them are just kind of sitting there waiting.
Ignis! If I may. Impressive. Yep.
Oh, he was dead. You could, like, leave him alone. You done?
Nice.
Yeah.
Mission complete.
Who could this be?
Hell, the varmints are dead.
Hello?
Hey, it's Cindy. How goes the hunting?
Actually, we just finished.
That's great, because I got one more hunt for y'all. Only this time, it's for a person. Fella named Dave went off, and we ain't heard from him since. Reckon he staked out a spot in an old shack nearby.
Old shack. Oh, got it. We'll take a look.
Lucky we were within seeing distance of that.
Needs us to find some Dave guy.
He went missing.
Dave guy.
Missing. Said he's holed up in that shack.
Look at the draw distance. Food spot. Yields ingredients for cooking. Items name shown on map. Food spot. Wait. That little leaf there? Don't worry, I'm sure it'll tutorialize all of the various icons eventually. Food spot! Oh, I got a pepper? I guess I got another pepper. Okay. 2 peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Where is the door to this barn? I just walked around it, didn't I? Oh, this is where they store the wood. Oh.
What's this?
What's this? Mutant dual horn sighting. Codename Bloodhorn. Red tusk, extremely violent, outstanding bounty on saber tusk in the area. What up? Oh, I instinctively held square. See, I'm on top of this.
You okay?
I didn't know if it was a cutscene or not. Wow, we're getting freaking ambushed? Secure the shack. The soda shack. It's dark in here. I'm like a hurricane! I'm the Prince of Pain, the hurricane! Here I am! I'm surprised how little exposition they decided to go into for this. We kind of went straight into the combat.
Hey, what about the shack over there?
You got the wrong shack, I guess. Yeah, there are, like, several structures. It's like a bus station? Sun warning. I'm sad I can't kick around physics objects, though. Yep, this is totally a shack. I can tell because it's a shack. I'm liking these enemy designs, too. I mean, I figured I would because I pretty much always do. Final Fantasy's pretty much always had cool enemies. This is probably, like, the coolest thing this series has going for it is consistently neat enemy design. Dude, he keeps moving slightly out of the way.
Hey, where'd you learn that one, Noct?
I don't know. Where'd you learn how to move your arms around?
We all good?
Better than good.
Good to go. Hey, who's that?
Cooler than cool.
Well, and look who's in here.
Who's that guy?
Man of the hour. Dave, right? Been looking for you.
Didn't mean to cause you all any trouble.
He looks like a celebrity.
Stuck here on account of my sprained ankle. Yes,
On account of my sperm count.
I gave him hell, but couldn't finish the job. Still one mean mutt about. Well, y'all don't look much like hunters, but what do you say? Put that puppy to rest for me?
Don't rest a puppy! I'll do it for the love of the game.
Oh, yeah. We'll take care of it.
Well, y'all got guts, that's for sure. Let me tell you where I last saw him.
Way to show some spunk. Now let's get ready to kick some tail.
First, I gotta get the shiny. 30 XP. Ooh, a debased coin. I wonder what happened to it that caused it to be so dejected.
I've been hunting for years, but I ain't never seen dual horns with blood-red tusks like those.
I have, in other worlds. Not here, though. Alright, let's locate the target. Looks like it's off in this direction. The way I can tell is because there's a red marker. What up?
It would be wise to rest up before we set out.
No. Okay, we want to prepare for the encounter of arresting the nearby haven. Ignis will cook a status-boosting meal. Oh, they've worked freaking Monster Hunter into this? Sure, why not?
In that case, let's find a spot to make camp.
The hunters are really out in full force around here, huh?
So they're the new Crown's Guard or something?
Similar, though technically a civilian outfit.
They've definitely seen a lot more action than we have.
Is it cool that we rock Crown's Guard outfits? Be worse not to. They made them especially for us.
Even got a sweet insignia on them.
In the Crown's Guard, your attire identifies you, so wear it with pride.
Really? You're just wearing, like, shit you wear in the city. I have to say, the textures are very detailed. This has to be one of the better looking games I've seen on the PS4. It just feels like a shame that it's not just on PC, where it could look as good as it could look. Look at those freaking things off in the distance. I want to go walk on those. None of those are uniforms. Yeah, I know, they're just like clothes. Sorry, where do we want to go then? We want to go rest at a camp. Where's the camp? This way. Yeah, I'm enjoying the voice acting so far. I'm usually fairly critical of it, but I don't think it's too bad here. What the hell's that? Burning corn? Absorb the burning corn! Elemancy, fire, ice, and lightning magic requires elemental energy to cast. Absorb energy from deposits of burning corn found near havens and other places around Eos. Cool. Well, I don't know who lit the corn on fire, but I absorbed its energy.
Huh. What are we looking at?
This creature is known as a saber tusk. It skewers prey with its tusks, extracting game from the safety and comfort of burrows.
That's a bit heartless.
Yeah, don't think we'll be befriending any.
Where? That thing walking over there? Is that not the thing we were just fighting? We just fought like a ton of them. Maybe I was supposed to come through here and get that exposition moment. Just hanging around at the speed of sound. You know, it's a good sign that I want to engage in combat just because it feels fun to do. Man, there's a lot of them. Uh-oh. Am I hurt? Or did I... Oh, no, I'm fine. I just hit the button by accident. What's the... Oh, do I not have a fire spell yet? Ascension... No, it's not that one. Skills or gear? There we go.
This one's just for you.
Nice! That was actually a pretty powerful feeling. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Potion me, baby! This is the biggest fight we've had so far. I don't know if they're actually stronger, but there's just so many of them. Is there a day-night cycle? I just realized it looks more orange now. Alright. That didn't go that well.
This sounds like you're having fun.
That's cute. Right. So I was gonna go the other way. Then I got sidetracked. This feels like one of the few times that a group or a company has actually modernized something in an interesting way. What is that? I really want to just wander around, get into trouble. Ah, that's for camp. Camp at Havens to enjoy status boosting meal and a good rest to tally XP.
Ugh, I'm all sticky and gross. Woohoo! Bath time!
Oh, it was ice corn. Where'd he get a bag of groceries? He's so happy. I made this. We only like to camp where there's weird sticky white stuff all over the ground. It takes itself so seriously that it's just funny. That's great. Use ingredients to prepare meals at camp, acquire new recipes to expand Ignis's cookbook, and a variety of bonuses available. I want the egg. Croque Madame. Can I make the egg? These all look pretty good. I don't know about the toast so much, but these all look nice. Oh, the weird sticky white stuff keeps the demons away, right? Makes sense. Demons hate white stuff. Hell yeah, that looks awesome. Did you see the way the egg jostled when it got sat down? Or set down? I'm thoroughly impressed by this so far. So we've got lots and lots of AP to put in, which is good news for us. Yeah, do the thing. So we can only actually level up at camps, I guess. 53 AP? I guess I did a bit more hunting than I expected to. The egg physics were pioneered in games such as Dead or Alive Volleyball. Prompto is documenting the journey in photographs, review the pictures he takes, and save the best snapshots. Oh! So I've got a Pokemon Snap minigame in here, too. Share snapshots on social media and show your friends. I don't know if I'll do that, but I'll save some. This one looks alright. Everybody likes Cindy. He's got his hand in front of his face. You do better. Also, that thing in the background kind of looks like a dong.
Nailed it.
That's kind of a neat action shot.
So unfair.
That one's a bit awkward. That's a pretty badass looking picture. Can have that one. Nah. Oh, that's good. Definitely want that one.